Good evening, everybody. Kyle Smith alongside Jerry Baldwin as Benet Academy is about to take on Fenwick. Game 2 of the best-of-3 Kennedy Cup semifinals. Big game for Benet Academy tonight. If they win, they force a Game 3 either on Saturday or Sunday. If they lose, their Kennedy Cup season is over.
Kyle, this is the place to be. Game 2, an elimination game, Kennedy Cup semifinals. Like you said, one game, it's a clinching game. The other one, it's elimination. A lot going into this one. We'll see if Fenwick can get off to the kind of start they did Monday, but this is going to be exciting.
We'll talk about this a lot more. We got to do the pregame interview in a couple seconds from now, but got to watch out for if you're Benet Academy. Davin Frasco, he had 2 goals in that 3-2 overtime win against the Benet Academy Redwings.
Yes, sir. Big start, and if he can do that again tonight, it's going to be trouble for Fenwick, so they're going to have to find a way to answer.
We'll talk about this game 5 minutes from now. Pregame interview coming up next here on Recruitlings.
Alex Dentice, sophomore, center, class of 2026.
Alex Karras, sophomore, defense, 2026.
Ava Christensen, junior, goalie, 2025.
Ben Ciesla, junior, goalie, class of 2025.
Cade Rosenthal, junior, defenseman, class of 2025.
Carson Stone, sophomore, left wing, class of 2026.
Quinlan, junior, right wing, class of 2025.
Davin Frasco, junior, defenseman, class of 2025.
Evan Petratos, junior, center, 2025.
Gavin Murphy, junior, left wing, class of 2025.
Hudson Hollweck, junior, right wing, 2025.
Hudson Schlie, junior, center, 2025.
Jack Vought, senior, left wing, class of 2024.
Gary DeWilkins, senior, left wing, class of 2024.
Jimmy Cannon, junior, defenseman, 2025.
Joel Koehn, freshman, goalie, class of 2027.
Gianluca Dicosola, junior, center, class of 2025.
Luke Alpeter, sophomore, right wing, class of 2026.
Michael O'Rourke, junior, defenseman, class of 2025.
Nick Calandra, senior, defense 2024.
Nico Dicosola, freshman, defense 2027.
Nikolas Hensel, sophomore, wing 2026.
Tommy Dusek, junior, center 2025.
Tommy Rogowski, freshman, defense, class of 2027.
Vinny Porro, junior, left wing, class of 2025.
Coach Andrew Schlie, 15th season, graduated St. Rita High School in 1990.
Drew Tierney, 16th year coaching for Benet, 2003 grad.
Ross McKay, goalie coach with the Benet Redwings for over 10 years.
Hi, my name is Brian Koehn. I am the president of Soccer 2000. We are a soccer specialty store located in Downers Grove. We specialize in servicing club uniforms and a personalized retail experience. Soccer 2000 has an exclusive team center that includes a wide variety of uniform kits to help your club choose the next kits that will make you guys look great on the field. Contact us at 630-241-9500 or find us online at soccer2000.com.
Did you know that you can advertise your business on our live streams? You sure can. Contact us about the numerous advertising opportunities we offer to local businesses during our sports live streams. Build brand awareness, engage customers, and support your local sports teams. Contact us for more information.
We gotta go game line. Okay, that's 3, 1. You didn't turn 2 on, 4. So everything's on except 2.
Brian's Garage Door Solutions. 25 years of expert residential and commercial garage door design, sales, and service, and almost 1,000 5-star Google reviews. Tate Enterprises. Design and remodeling for kitchens, basements, bathrooms, whole house, and home additions. Max Heads Custom Kick Drum Heads. Design online, upload, create, rock. If you're in a band, you need a Max Head.
Hi, my name is Brian Koehn. I am the president of Soccer 2000. We are a soccer specialty store located in Downers Grove. We specialize in servicing club uniforms and a personalized retail experience. Soccer 2000 has an exclusive team center that includes a wide variety of uniform kits to help your club choose the next kits that will make you guys look great on the field. Contact us at 630-241-9500 or find us online at soccer2000.com.
Did you know that you can advertise your business on our live streams? You sure can. Contact us about the numerous advertising opportunities we offer to local businesses during our sports live streams. Build brand awareness, engage customers, and support your local sports teams. Contact us for more information.
Seven Bridges Ice Arena in Woodridge, Illinois. It's Benet Redwings hockey versus the Fenwick Friars. Live stream brought to you by Recruitlings. Here we go.
Good evening, everybody. Kyle Smith alongside Jerry Baldwin as Benet Academy, the home team in Game 2 of the Best of 3 Kennedy Cup playoffs. Benet Academy looking to survive and force a do-or-die Game 3. But to do that, Jerry, They got to find a way to slow down or shut down completely Davin Frasco. He had 2 goals in that win on Tuesday night for the Friars.
Big night for him, big start to the game, and like you said, momentum is going to be the key to this game. This is a visiting game for Fenwick, but the team that gets off to the quickest start, put a puck in the net. That first couple minutes of the game is going to dictate a lot, so we'll see how Fenwick comes out tonight and how Benet comes out.
Do you think Fenwick's tired a little bit? Their last 2 games in the Kennedy Cup, they had to win an overtime. Game 2 against Marmy in a 3-2 winner, and the 3-2 winner in OT against Benet. And of course, Benet scored 2 unanswered goals to force overtime.
I think that's a great point, Kyle, and I think they are, and I think a lot of it's going to depend on how the coach has been balancing the lines. If he's been running all 4, if he's been prioritizing some of the higher lines. I think another factor tonight that's going to be really instrumental, and I'm trying to bring it up as we go through the course of this game, but it's the size of this ice. You know, when you have a much bigger ice surface like we have here, this is going to make a big difference, and they're not used to playing in this on a regular basis like Benet is. So that's going to matter as far as the conditioning, like you said.
We all know that Hudson Schlie can score, but who else on this Benet Academy team can step up to the table, score a goal or 2, and force a do-or-die game 3 back in Oakland?
I think that's going to be the key. And on the other end, the kind of goaltending they got, they have a really good-sized goaltender. He was hot and tough in the St. Rita series. If he can come up big tonight and keep them in it, like you said, we could see something come down to the wire or possibly go into overtime again.
It's a tough Fenwick team, partner. Both goalies had a GAA under 2. It's tough sledding for Benet, but the good news is this is their home rink. They don't have to go back to Oak Park until the weekend.
Absolutely. So the more accurate the shots, the better the quality of the shots. That's what's going to dictate who wins this game tonight.
We'll find out who wins. Hockey coming up next. The Friars in the black and white. Benet Academy in their normal red, black, and white. What's your prediction, partner? I think Benet wins 4-3.
Oh, I like that. Wow, we're going to make predictions out of this one. I'm going to look at another late one-goal game. I'm going to look at Fenwick's speed. I'm going to look for them to ice it tonight.
A lot of icing instead of line changes past the center line and dumping it in.
Yes, but I'm looking for them to win this one tonight. I think they're going to take it by a goal. So it should be a good, hard-fought game, but I think it's coming down to another one-goal game. And again, whoever takes better advantage of their opportunities to score.
Do you think it gets to Fenwick at all? They've been very good in the CCHL, but they were struggling a lot in the Scholastic Hockey League.
Yeah, I think, like you said, I think conditioning, it's a long season. And again, depending on how they're playing lines, and that matters. You know, it really is, with as many games as they're playing now, you know, how they're balancing the line and the line changes, it's all going to matter coming into this portion of the season. They train all year for this, but the human body's only capable of so much, so this is going to matter.
Benet Academy taking on the Friars. The face-off will be by Mikey Burton, the Friars. Should be Hudson Schlie. Nope, it's actually going to be Dicosola, surprising. So here we go, 17-minute periods. Will Benet force a do-or-die game 3, or will Fenwick sweep the series? Face-off, won by the Redwings. And it's dumped in deep. Dicosola with it, then sends it over to the corner. Redwings play it, they break it out well. Tap pass over the boards. Now at neutral ice. Going after it is Savete, and then back into the zone, and iced by Fenwick. And that's the tone that the refs are setting, partner. You got to get it past the center line. If you're lazy with it, the refs are going to call icing tonight.
Absolutely. You can see Fenwick, this is already a face-off in their own end based on an icing. So that, I think that's part of the bigger ice surface here. They're used to guys being in different positions. There's a lot more ice to cover here, and we're going to see how it rolls out.
Benet with it now. That shot trying to go top shelf. And the netminder for Fenwick in Cole Alessi was not ready for it. They go with Alessi instead of Lisek. Lisek has the better numbers tonight, but he did have more starts. Good pass sent over to Bernie. His shot saved by Ciesla. Puck scatters over the boards, picked up by the Redwings, and then grabbed at neutral ice by Benet. Here comes DeWilkins, trying to get it on net. Instead, he'll play with the puck near the hash mark, and he takes that corner, sets it up in front, and then cleared by the Friars. Dicosola back over to Karras, his shot saved, rebound try, it's in the net! Benet strikes first! How about that, partner? 53 seconds into the game!
That's a quick start right there. That's a momentum setter right there. A great screen in front of the net, and then a beautiful rebound right off his pad. Beautifully shot.
Who else to score but Hudson Schlie, the leading goal getter and the point getter for the Red Wings? Partner, that'll silence the away crowd for the Friars in a hurry.
And you called that right off the bat. You mentioned he's a name to watch, and he's been a name to watch, and getting an early goal like that inside of a minute, 53 seconds in, that's a big momentum setter right there.
Wow. Well, in case you were wondering if Bennett has anything left in them in the Kennedy Cup, I think that answered that question. Meanwhile, how does Fenwick answer? Bennett trailed 2-0 in game 1. This time, they score the first goal of the game. Back over to neutral ice, played at the blue line by the Friars. 2-line pass right on target, over to Paps, into the zone, trying to take him off the puck is Karras. Back over the face-off circle. Played right now, that time by Hensel. Hensel calls for it, he can't get it. Stolen away that time by White. In the slot, trying to get the shot, and not instead giving it back out to the point. Moore, his shot, blocked. Bennett gets it out. 2-on-3 now for Bennett. Shot, blocked well by Moore. In the slot and just lost it. Regrouping at neutral ice of the Red Wings and dump and chase action by the Friars. And then back over to the center line, tapping it over to the blue line. As Kurzak had it briefly. Now played by Pap in front of his netminder. Bouncing it off the boards. He got it right on the tape of Tantero. And they say he got it past the center line. Hollweck will play it now out behind Ciesla. Trying to break it out off the boards and back over the corner. Going after it is Bastido. And then Kurzak had it. And now with it is Pap. Off the boards. Backhanded over. Intended target was Pap. Into the zone of the Red Wings. Ciesla decides not to play it. Behind Ciesla now. At the face-off circle. Couple of dekes, sending it over to neutral ice. Bouncing off the boards. Did anybody touch that? And they say he just got it past center line, no icing.
Interesting wave off on that. Yeah, that looked like it was going to be nice, but they waved it off.
Reffing is hard, partner, but the coaches will never argue as long as it's consistent for both teams.
That's what they look for. Absolutely correct. Yep.
Up behind the net. Trying to do the wraparound try for Fenwick. Ciesla with a huge save. Touching it last was Andrew Petto. And Fenwick almost sneaked by with a goal there.
He came around the corner, tried to sneak it in the near end, and almost got it through. I believe the goaltender got a pad on it, and that was Ciesla got a pad on it, and that was the difference. So that's a nice save right there. Fenwick looks crisp. They look like they're hitting the longer passes. They're adjusting the bigger ice surface well.
They have to play at neutral ice, so they could not keep that puck in. A chance sends it off the boards. Retrieved at the blue line. Now acquired by the Friars. Accepted at the hash mark, picked up behind the net. Bennett after it is Dicosola in front. Where's the puck? Ciesla freezes it.
Well, we lost sight of it. You know, like you said, consistency among the refs, but the ref appeared to lose sight because that puck was never frozen. And I don't believe we have any, no, there's no penalty being called here. He lost sight of it and then blew the whistle, as he should do. So, but that puck was live, and a little bit of a break for Ciesla and for Bennett right there.
Partner, you played some minor league hockey. What does it take from these high school players to go from playing in the Chicago Catholic League to playing in the ECHL and other leagues?
Oh, it's a great question, and it's you know, every player's different, Kyle. And let's visit that right after this call, because that's a great question right there.
Over to the blue line, try to get it on net, and possibly getting a piece of it was Alessi, the goaltender. Now over to the hash mark. Bennett keeping that ferocious forecheck pressure, falling to the ice, looking for a triple call. And we'll see what they call. Bennett looked to be offside, but a Fenwick player did go down, and here we go, tripping called against the Red Wings.
There you go with the consistency, and yeah, you call that right away, Kyle. That wasn't tripping on the Red Wings, and here we go to Fenwick. This is a big power play right here for them. They need to even this up. The game's been played pretty even so far, but all these power play opportunities, especially at this point of the season, is a real point of emphasis for these teams. They spend most of their time in practice working on power plays because everything's magnified at this level.
Appreciate everybody watching. Both Friars and Red Wing fans and alumni watching tonight. Over the corner, down to the hash mark, as they send it over to the point. One-timer chance, couldn't get it on net. Frasco, the guy who scored 2 goals in game 1. He's all state and all conference. In a nutshell, Jerry, he's pretty good at this hockey thing.
He seems to be getting the hang of it. You know, wait till he comes out of his shell, right? He's looking good. Absolutely. Looks like Fenwick's setting up an umbrella on their power play. They're looking at a 5-point, so they're moving the puck around well so far.
Partner, in your experience playing hockey and coaching, are you more of a box, penalty kill guy, or a diamond guy?
Depending on what you're playing against, I like the box a little bit more. I think it can cut more off. So, but depending on what you're seeing the other team do, I think that does dictate whether or not you're going to go. Both are good. I think that's going to dictate what you choose, though.
Versus a lot of passing versus just shot, crash, and that philosophy on the power play.
Absolutely, and putting someone in front for the screen and for the deflections.
Fenwick wants to do on their rush. And the forecheck of the Friars. Spin around that time by Tintero. Over to the point now. Played by Moore. Back to Tintero. Back and forth between Tintero. That shot saved by Ciesla. Good job. It's Tintero and Moore. That passing got a shot on net by their teammate. In the slot. Chance for the Friars. Shot. Ciesla. Rebound try. It's still loose. Oh. Another shot. Ciesla again.
He's such a big body goaltender, you know, he covers a lot of space just genetically, and that's such an advantage for a goalie. He stands tall, he's wide in the net, he plays bigger than he even is, and he reminds me of some of the bigger NHL goalies who just cover a lot of space, and really tough to get something by him. He looks fantastic tonight, as he has all playoffs.
Back over to the blue line, 30 seconds on the power play for Fenwick. It's the battle of Oak Park between Lyle and Fenwick. That's costly, partner. You lost the puck, now you got to play it at neutral leg.
Yeah, you want to keep that in as best you can. It hopped over his stick on the blue line there.
Pap with it, trying to feed it that time to Moore. Pap has it now, back over to Moore at the blue line. Back and forth between defenseman and forward. In front, and Benet got a piece of it. Played wide now by Karabatos. Falling to the ice, will that be a trip?
Oh, they're letting it go. They're letting it go.
It's always a tough call, partner, because the ref has to see, did he go after the stick or the skate? If he went after the stick, it's usually legal.
Absolutely, very tough call to make, especially on his positioning where he was in position-wise, so yes. Penalty's over now, we're back to full strength.
Nice pass in front and almost a chance for Quinlan with nobody in front of him. Over to the corner, he was trying to set it up that time to Dicosola. Good job by the Redwings keeping it in. Now the Friars have it, bouncing it off the boards. Trying to feed it to Paps. Paps after it now, and icing called against the Friars. 11:03 remaining in the first period. Benet has the lead, but Fenwick charging. They've had some chances of their own.
They certainly have. They're just looking to capitalize. Ciesla's standing up strong and playing very well, and he's holding in there. So, you know, Kyle, you mentioned about the, you know, what it takes to get to that next level, and I was talking to, earlier before the game with Dominic Frasco and his dad, and, you know, every player aspires to play at the college level, so it's a big question of whether or not you want to go to juniors after this or how quickly you want to get there, but that's one path, is that junior route to get to the next level.
Fenwick Friars, we talked about their excellent goalie play this season. Both goalies with a GAA under 2. Cole Alessi 1.76, Spencer Lisak at 1.49. Granted, Lisak had a much bigger sample size. 16 starts for Lisak, just 5 for Alessi. That shot goes wide. It's also high school hockey, Jerry, so you want to give players even playing time, but the coaches also have to know a Kennedy Cup's on the line as well.
Absolutely, absolutely. There's nothing more powerful than having 2 solid goalies that you can trust going into a playoff series, and getting them both time works, because you never know if you're going to need them. So yeah, that balance is important.
And you want to keep your better goalie fresh, and it's hard to say who's the better goalie, because 1.49 and 1.76 GAA, pretty similar numbers.
You know, you got compliments to the goalie coach, right? He's doing a heck of a job, because you got 2 really solid goalies, so that's a very big advantage for them.
Right now, Benet advantage. Ciesla has outplayed Alessi. Checking on the boards. Is Frasco after it? Flung up in the air. Fenwick with it. Good pass. Sent over to Verney. Is Verney getting into the zone? Verney after it. Now with it is Curtin. Verney gets it back. He has no look backhander. He had a teammate as he feeds it. And now obtained by the Redwings. At the neutral zone. Little tap off the boards. Reading it well is Gadelis. Now played by Curtin. Sends the puck up to Verney. Into the zone. Frasco after it. Behind Ciesla. Picked up by the Red Wings. Asking for the puck. Received it briefly. Now Fenwick and Moore has it. Moore, as he sends it over to Cadelis. Puck obtained at neutral ice. Accepted at the blue line. Spinorama. Another brilliant one by Tintero.
Good crisp puck movement by Fenwick so far. They're breaking out of the zone well. They're staying wide, giving each other lanes. It's working out well for them.
How important was it to Benet get that 1-0 lead? They're on their home ice, and they don't have to come from behind like they did in Game 1.
That's a huge, huge advantage right there. You get your team pumped up, you get your crowd pumped up. It's a big advantage and a big momentum setter.
Thursday night hockey stolen away by the Friars. Moore with it. Just a 1-0 lead for Benet. They scored the first 53 seconds of action. Cannot afford a penalty for either team. Hollweck after it, he picks it up.
And it is getting physical out there. The teams are starting to get a little more physical. They're a little more comfortable with each other. You're going into your second, third shift of the game now, and they're starting to step it up a little bit now.
Conditioning, obviously a huge factor. They played a lot of hockey this season. So when do you want to play lines 2 through 4? When do you play line 1 as we get closer to the third period?
Depending on what the lead is. That's a great point. I think if you're down, you're absolutely going to shorten that bench and maybe go with your top 2 lines. If you're up, you're going to focus on defense. You're going to relax the forecheck a little bit, and you may still be able to run all 4 lines. But that's going to be dictated by where you are in the game. And if you're losing, you're going to definitely shorten that bench, because this, as you said, is an elimination game for Benet. So it's all here. They have to lay it all out.
Right. Now Fenwick knows, look, we have another game if we lose tonight, but we also don't want to give Benet momentum. Even though it's back at our rink, anything can happen in a do-or-die game.
Absolutely, no. If they can clinch it tonight, they're going to want to do that.
That's one of the reasons, you know, if you have kind of that, not necessarily a game you want to give up, but you have a game where if we lose tonight, our season's still alive. Do you want to save Lisak for game 3? The coaching staff for Fenwick, led by Brian Rome, decided to bench Lisak, and we'll see when they start game 3, if there is a game 3. Unless he looks good, Ciesla's been better.
Absolutely, so far, absolutely, yeah. And that will play a big role too, because again, if Fenwick is able to clinch tonight, they're going to have a little bit of a rest, because the other series doesn't start even until Sunday, so they'll have time to rest. So this is all the more reason for them to lay it all out tonight, go ahead and clinch it, and not have to worry about going back to Fenwick.
Power play hockey for the Red Wings. That's a killer for the Friars and a big break for Benet.
That certainly is. It looks like it might be a rough, but yeah, he's still down. He's on his way up, but he got shaken up a little bit there. We'll have to take a look at how that hit transpired.
So we got replay on YouTube. Let's check it out. It's at neutral ice.
That's a bit of a blindside shot. He didn't see it coming. That's why he got shaken up. Maybe got the wind knocked out of him on that.
Meanwhile, break for Benet. Man, this would be huge for the Red Wings to go up 2-0.
Number 1 power play unit for Benet is out there, so we'll see if they can capitalize on this.
Got to be careful, though. Short-handed goals, they do happen in high school hockey.
Absolutely. Fenwick will look to spring that guy deep, and again, with this bigger ice surface, you got a great opportunity to spring someone on a potential breakaway.
In your years of playing hockey, Jerry, when do you stay all-out aggressive, you pinch on the power play, and then when do you have 3 men back, a forward and 2 defensemen, and no pitching on the power play?
Yeah, I love that. That's such a great philosophy and such a great coaching question. And again, a lot of it's based on what the score is at the time. You know, if you're trailing, you know, especially later on in the game, you want to relax a little bit. You want to have 3 guys back so you don't give up those odd man rushes. Those can be the biggest killers. You give up a breakaway or a 2-on-1, 3-on-1, that could change the whole dimension of the game. So that's when you want to relax and make sure you've got the defense set up.
Beautiful pass over DeWilkins, then to Hollweck.
That was crisp. He sent him in, and a nice poke check there by Fenwick to get out of that.
DeWilkins, still 58 seconds remaining on the man advantage. DeWilkins, 3 men in front of him. Over to the trailer, then back to DeWilkins. DeWilkins feeding it in the slot. Puck still loose. Another chance for Benet. Oh, he was trying to feed it that time over to Stone, and picked up by Hensel. Stone gathers it, and then sent into the Fenwick zone.
Wasn't able to lay it out in front of his stick. It got caught up in his skates, and he wasn't able to do anything with it. Tough play in close for Benet.
Dusek called for it. Fenwick saw it. And it'll be a line change for the Friars. One last rush on this man advantage for Benet.
Here we go. Bennett's keeping their same unit out there. Fenwick changed, as you said. So let's see if they have a chance to actually set something up here.
Yeah, they might have missed that offside. Looked like Dusek was offside.
It did look like it, yeah. Not sure what he was looking at on that one. You're right.
Only advantage of an offside, if you want to call it that, is at least Benet would get a line change out of it. But
good point. Yep, that would definitely have been the opportunity to do it.
Don't call offside. We're back to even strength. And Fenwick steals. Near the slot. Loose puck picked up by Dusek. Almost got a shot on net.
He almost did. He got robbed by the defenseman. It's a sneaky little shot and almost got through.
That shot off the stick. Did not go off the netting. We play on. Under 5 to go. Fenwick up by a goal. Nursing that 1-goal advantage. Ciesla working on a shutout. Get off the official.
So what do you think so far, Kyler, with the advantage or the style of play? Anybody dominating, or are we pretty close?
It's the Hudson Schlie and Benjamin Ciesla show. Schlie with the goal, Ciesla with the shutout. That's the difference right now.
That's it. That's it. I think one of the notable facts of the last game that was really something to find out when I saw it was the shots on goal were actually even. They were both at 24-24, so you can see how evenly matched these two teams are.
Face-off coming up for Benet. And we'll say that one was won by Hensel. Back over near the CCM side. Fun game thus far, Jerry. Just 1-0.
I'd like to see the wingers spread out a little bit. You know, you got the extra 15 feet of ice on each side here. I'd like to see them spread out toward the boards to be able to, capture some of these passes and potentially set up an odd man break.
Setting it up to the blue line, stolen away, falling to the ice, but he fell on his own accord, no trip. We play on. And in this 1-0 game, as we move on to this hockey game, partner, if you feel a tug at the leg, maybe go down and maybe the ref bails you out with a tripping call.
Every advantage matters. This is Kennedy Cup semifinal play, and every goal, every opportunity is going to matter here. So, absolutely.
Hadn't wanted a call, but we play on. You got to get that pass.
Yeah, we're still a little off on the passing. Both teams, you can see they're just not as crisp as they might like to be, and could be the bigger ice surface. Could be they're a little tired from the overtime game on Tuesday, but we'll see how this plays on.
Saucer pass.
Oh, that's a nice break.
Here's a chance for Fenwick. Breakaway. Ciesla denies him.
That's a big save right there. He sent him in one-on-one. He had a nice chance, had an opportunity to make a move. Went to his backhand. Looked like he tried to go 5-hole, and Ciesla slid across. Perfect positioning. Kept the stick down. Protected the 5-hole, and this remains a 1-0 game.
Yeah, that was maybe a mistake by Rosenthal. He got a little bit conservative. Should have gone after that puck, and he let 11 and Frasco, the go-to scorer, to go after it. Frasco almost got the breakaway goal. That shot.
Yeah, you got to grab either the puck or the body there. You got to make sure you take one or the other, because otherwise, you end up with an opportunity like that.
With a face-off circle, back into the zone of Benet. And that's a loose puck at the blue line. Back on the back check for the Friars. Nice move, toe drag. And a stop and start move in front, pass. And that shot might have gone off the blocker of Alessi. In front, chance, Schlie just off his backhand. And Dusek took a hit in the corner. Dusek, after it, tried to poke check it away, go over the boards. And right on target with the pass, but Dusek saw it all the way. Dicosola picks it up. Under 3 minutes to go, 2:37 to be exact.
Nice puck control by Benet. They're trying to hold on and wait for other players to get in so they can set up an odd man rush. It just didn't materialize.
DeWilkins skates with it. Trying to find Schlie. Loose puck. Schlie trying to get his second goal of the game.
Good effort right there, and another big save by the goaltender. He came up, positioned well, was able to be right there for it.
DeWilkins looking for his teammate Schlie, and Schlie just wasn't ready for it.
A little less on that, and that sets up a 4-on-2.
And here's the Crown partner. If it's a check from behind, that's 10 minutes.
Yeah, this could be interesting. Arms up. This is going to be a penalty on Fenwick.
That's something that Benet has struggled with. We know in the St. Rita game, it was a game misconduct against Alexander Dentice for a check from behind. This time it wasn't as blatant, but not a necessary hit either.
And I apologize, I said Fenwick, but I meant to say the Benet Academy, yeah, with the penalty here. Let's see what they call. You bring up a good point, Kyle, on what this is going to be. Is this going to be 2 or is this going to be 10? Looks like 2 so far. We'll see if they announce misconduct on top of it. But, yeah, that was pretty blatant, and you're not going to get away with that. And, again, you got to discipline yourself. In talking to some of the players before the game, the coach's messages to these teams is to just play your game and stay disciplined and, not be nervous about this. Just come out and play your game, and penalties like that are killers.
It's just not a necessary hit. He was already going to give up the puck. Just play on. Meanwhile, it's stolen by the Redwings. Up in the air and trying to get it out of the zone is Curtin. And Frasco almost scored again earlier on that breakaway. Beautiful job by Ciesla getting in the way of the shooting lane.
Yeah, he just covers so much net. He's such a big-bodied goaltender. He covers a lot of net, and that's just a big advantage. Positions himself well, too. Cuts the angle well. He's been trained well.
So this is normal NHL rules. In AAA hockey, as you're aware, Jerry, when you're down a man in 18U AAA, you still get called for icing.
That's right. Yeah, a little bit of a newer rule, by the way. But yeah, they're trying to keep the game. They're trying to keep the game in perspective. Solid. So yeah, that's a good point on that.
Well, are you in favor of it, or do you just like NHL rules all the time?
I like the consistency of the NHL rules, so I would prefer to go that route. I think as players, continue to go through the levels, I like to keep the rules consistent. So I would prefer that myself, but I certainly understand why it's been done.
If you're an 18-year-old, 16-year-old, or 14-year-old AAA juniors player, don't commit a penalty because you can't ice the puck anymore.
Exactly.
Out in the slot, backhanded out. Back over to neutral ice. No look backhander, right on target. As Moore with a lot of ice time tonight. That shot, and it went wide. 23 seconds remaining on the power play.
Those are opportunities. You got to put the puck on the net, make something happen, and you can't miss the net that close in.
It's in the net! Fenwick scores! James Papp's going to be credited with the goal. 1-1 tie, and partner, when you go into the box, bad things can happen for your team.
Absolutely. It looked like Ciesla was screened on that because he didn't react till late. The shot wasn't that hard, but it had eyes. Went right through into the lower blocker side on Ciesla, and again, it looked like he was screened. He was positioned well, but unfortunately for him, right into the net. And we've got ourselves a tight game like we figured we'd have. So from a one-goal game to a tie game, and no one's had more than a goal lead so far. So really evenly played match.
They don't just call it the sin bin for marketing purposes. It's a bad thing when you commit a penalty, and it was a really bad thing for Benet there.
It really was, and you got to be more disciplined in a game of this level and of this magnitude. This is an elimination game, and you can't take penalties like that. And unfortunately, in that case, cost your team a goal.
Near the boards. Such a killer as Benet was going to go into the first intermission up a goal. Now they got to readjust, and it's back to a tie game. Benet is not trailed in this one, but it's now tied. We'll take a quick break. Second period coming up next here on Recruitlings.
Brian's Garage Door Solutions. 25 years of expert residential and commercial garage door design, sales, and service, and almost 1,000 five-star Google reviews. Tate Enterprises. Design and remodeling for kitchens, basements, bathrooms, whole house, and home additions. Max Heads Custom Kick Drum Heads. Design online, upload, create, rock. If you're in a band, you need a Max Head.
When we get back, if you want to start, we'll talk. I'll talk about that momentum that we talked about first minute, last minute of a period, and what big killers those can be.
Back to the action. Kyle Smith alongside Jerry Baldwin. Man, that was a killer for Benet as Fenwick scores on the power play. A very unnecessary penalty. Not that any penalty is necessary, unless you got a breakaway for your opponent that you got to trip him from behind. But other than that, an unnecessary penalty by Jeremy DeWilkins. Fenwick capitalized, and now Benet has to readjust.
Yeah, and you called it. You got to be so disciplined with with the penalties that you're taking in this game. And again, an elimination game. So to take a penalty like that, you just can't do it. And we talked before the game about the importance of momentum and getting off to a quick start. I know I mentioned about the importance of that first minute of a period, last minute of a period. If you can get up early in the first minute or two of a game or a period, that sets the tempo for the whole period. Conversely, if you give up a goal in that last minute, it can be a real killer because now the other team's gained momentum, and it can be a big killer for you. So Benet is going to have to rebound from that, giving up a late goal.
No more penalties. I know it's easy to say. It's like the old dodgeball reference. What was the saying? Oh, interesting strategy, Cod. We'll see how it works out for him.
Oh, I love it.
Like you give up a penalty. Well, of course it's no good. You're down a man, but sometimes keep it simple, stupid, right? Don't commit penalties. Make the other team make mistakes.
Absolutely. And the more movie quotes we can get into tonight, the better off we're going to be. So I love that. Yeah, that's great stuff and right on, very accurate. So. Yeah, it's one thing to take a penalty if the guy's, going in on a breakaway in a tie game, but to take a careless penalty or just, a little more vicious of a penalty than you need to take, not necessarily not a good call.
Yeah, it was a check from behind, so we'd already given up the puck.
Exactly.
DeWilkins hit him, but we'll see how DeWilkins and Benet adjust. Now a tie game, and when you don't score, when you're up 1-0, and you keep the opponent in the game, bad things can happen. Meanwhile, 3-on-1 rush. Pass shot. Oh, just goes too high on the attempt from Christian White.
That's a beautiful 2-on-1. It was set up beautifully. It looked like the shot went off the Benet defender's stick, and that was what caused the puck to go over the net because Fenwick set it up beautifully. It was a nice touch pass, one-timer, just didn't get it on net.
Well, this is a tough Fenwick team out in the slot. Loose puck and trying to get that shot on net. They can't get the firing attempt. And you're right, partner. At the last second, Michael O'Rourke got a piece of it on the attempt from Christian White. As that's a nice pass, but they can't get the shot on that. Hollweck had it briefly. Now obtained by Fenwick. It's a Fenwick team that's 17-4, and usually when you're 17-4, you're doing a lot of good things on the end.
Oh, absolutely. They're solid. They're deep. You can see by the number of lines that they're playing and by the size of their bench, they're a deep team. They're a big physical team too. We had a chance to see them come out and warm up, and they're a big team. They're a physical team, and they do move the puck well. So they're going to be all Benet can handle tonight.
Benet could have been 17-4. They were 12-4, but a vicious 5-game losing streak at the end of the regular season in the CCHL for the Red Wings.
And I think it just shows, like we were talking about earlier, how close and balanced these two teams are. You know, obviously the 2 and 3 finishers in the Catholic League, with Fenwick finishing second, Benet finishing third. You know, really a lot of parity on both these teams. And you're seeing it tonight. The play has been fairly even so far. That's why every opportunity, every shot you get, you have to take advantage of and make sure it's on net.
Spinorama fall on the ice, no trip. Play on, 3-on-2 now, pass shot, oh, just not in the net.
Oh, looked like that was going through. He had a last second from a bad angle, but just was not able to capitalize.
Rosenthal with it, try to make up for the mistake he made earlier. You just got to get those shots on net, partner. You got to make the opposing goalie work.
Absolutely.
But you also got to be a little mathematical with it, a little scientific with it, if you will. Don't always go top shelf, go low, try to get that rebound try. And don't always go low. When the goalie thinks you're going low, go top shelf.
Absolutely, absolutely, yeah. Let the goalie dictate exactly where you're going to go. More often than not, goals are scored low. So you want to look there first. It's harder for him to move his feet than it is for him to move his arms. So, but absolutely, take what he's giving you, and that's what you got to be able to identify quickly and then capitalize on it.
So as Gordon Bombay said, he's fancy, he'll go glove.
Very well done, yes sir.
Good shot.
Good position for the tip there, just couldn't put it on net.
Into the neutral zone now, Fenwick. Tap pass, they got a man open right in front, couldn't find him. Ciesla with the easy save. And partner, Bennett's got to get back quicker on the back check. Another odd man rush for the Friars.
They do. They need to get back a little quicker. They need to also regroup a little quicker. They were looking for an odd man rush there, and they didn't have the manpower to do it. So now we run into an icing.
Great for Benet. They can do a line change, and the puck is deep in the Friars' end. All that matters is the score right now, partner. But Fenwick has had some opportunities, and that is putting it lightly. They had a 3-on-1, then a 4-on-2. Good score either time. Does that get to Fenwick a little bit as we get more into the second period?
I think it does. I think it gets in their heads, and then it also builds the confidence of Benjamin Ciesla, who's already having a great game. So, yeah, every opportunity matters. You got to be accurate, and you got to be precise in what you with the small opportunities that you do get.
Both goalies been good. Both goals that were given up, not really the goalie's fault. Although Ciesla has to do a better job telling his defenseman, get that forward out of my eyesight so I can see the puck.
And that's exactly what happened on the goalie. The screen wasn't able to react in time, and the puck got through to him. So you're exactly right. You got to be very aware as a defenseman where you are to make sure you're taking the man out, but that you're also not blocking your own goalie.
You goalie's got to be very loud to your defenseman as well.
Absolutely. Good communication is the key all around. All 5 forwards, the goalie. The better communication they have, the easier it's going to be, the more fluent it's going to be.
Wayne Gretzky has the nickname the Great One, but you can make the argument that all 5 positions are equally as important.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely.
O'Rourke with it. Not known for his deking. He's more of an enforcer out there in his passing skills.
He's a big player. He's a big body. You're absolutely right. Yeah, he's a force to be reckoned with. Just dumping it in there and trying to keep Benet with possession.
Over to neutral ice. With the puck now near the blue line. Friars trying to get it in deep. Alpeter after it. Schlie instead gets it. Saucer pass.
But inaccurate. You see again the inaccuracies on the passes. He missed a guy who was 20 feet away. You gotta be crisp. You gotta get that over and you gotta get that up.
No look pass. Not a good decision. Stolen away by Fenwick. Stop and start into beauty. And then tapped into the zone. Rosenthal knows a man behind him. Oh, he lost a chance for Fenwick in front. Shot. The net's off. So the goal can't stand. Now, did Rosenthal knock that net off on purpose?
That's what we're about to find out, but I don't believe it ever got in. I think Ciesla did get it and was able to stop it before it got in. We're going to double. Yeah, I don't believe it ever got in.
So here's the replay. So Rosenthal, I don't know what happened, but he got a little bit complacent with it. Shot. It looks like the net just fell off on its own accord. Rosenthal did not touch it. Even if he did, that's a huge call for a referee to make for delay a game. We have seen that, though, before, where a player thought he could get away with it, and the ref saw it, knocked off the net, and they called delay a game. And icing called against Benet.
Yeah, Rosenthal has to be really aware of what he's doing back there. He might have been afraid of getting hit. I'm not sure exactly what he was thinking, but unfortunately, that's a bad turnover that turned into a huge opportunity. And Ciesla, again, positioned perfectly, was able to cut off the angle and really make just a heck of a save to keep him in it, because that should have been a goal, but he came up big with that.
And even if it had gone in the net was falling off before the shot, so it wouldn't have counted anyway.
Good point, yep.
Face off won by the Friars. It's a grudge match tonight for Benet. It might be next goal wins, though.
That's a great point. And as the play goes on and the time elapses, the pressure's going to build. So that's exactly what could potentially happen here.
In a game like this, 1-1 tie, is the pressure more on Benet because they're at home, or the pressure are on Fenwick because they have dominated the second period, but they can't score yet?
Yeah, the pressure's definitely on Benet because of the fact that if they don't win this game, they're done. So yeah, and again, that pressure's only going to build as this time goes on. We've still got quite a bit of a hockey game to go, but as time elapses and we get into the third period and we're still tied, that pressure will fall heavily on Benet because of the fact that they need this game to be able to continue the series.
In normal regular season play, overtime is 3-on-3 for 5 minutes, and then we go to a shootout. Anything can happen in 3-on-3 hockey.
Absolutely. And that's when you really want to shorten your bench. You're going to find your most talented 6 to 9 forwards, your best 4 defensemen, and they are going to see the ice the entire time because every single thing matters there. And the best puck movers are the ones you're going to want on the ice, the best skaters, the fastest skaters, especially in a situation like this when you're playing on an Olympic-sized rink and you've got so much space to work with.
Try to go top shelf with it, Dicosola did. Back over to the point. Keeping it well is Calandra, and both teams have to be cognizant when we pinch, when we don't pinch, because one bad pinch could be a breakaway, a 2-1 lead, and a 2-1 loss.
Absolutely, and at this point, you're staying kind of balanced, you're staying kind of neutral because the game's tied, so you don't have to do anything too aggressive. You don't want to give up an odd man rush.
Here we go, chance for Fenwick, and great job by Calandra. Oh boy, this is going to be a big penalty against Benet. And at first, Calandra did the right thing. He just took his stick up in the air. And now, did Calandra touch him, or did Ciesla?
It looks like they're going to call a hook, but let's take a look and see what he comes up with here.
Right, so here we go. It's a neutral ice. Calandra didn't get a good beat on it. He picks the stick up. I think he just fell on his own accord, but I don't think Calandra got a piece of him. Yeah, I mean, I guess you could make the argument it's kind of a hook. Yeah, I guess at the last second, but he was starting to fall down. I mean, is it a hook? Yes, but here's the problem, Jerry. If you call that now, anything close to that, you have to call the rest of the game.
Yeah, so I think what you're going to look for is if you do think that call is questionable, or if the ref thinks that call is questionable, they may look to even that up at some point on the other team to make up for it. Oftentimes, it's a funny thing when you talk to refs. Most games, you'll see the penalties between both teams are actually very balanced. They're 5-5 or 4-5. So they try to keep it really close unless one team is clearly in violation of many more penalties.
Do you agree hook, or do you think he was starting to fall down before there was a tug?
It looked like a hook. I don't think he had reason to go down, and he looked like a smaller body. So I think it did look like a hook to me. So now again, though, like you said, whether or not you want to call that in a game like this, when the play was almost dead at that point, that's where it could be debatable. It looked like a hook, but whether or not it needed to be called is certainly debatable.
Right, and I'm fine with that being called. That shot could quite get the rebound try they wanted. You got to call that the rest of the night. Anything close to that going forward has to be a hooking call.
Absolutely, you have to be consistent about it. Here's a nice break.
And I don't see a penalty on the screen, so they did not call it after all. They just say the net fell off. He's there, the Jumbotron guy forgot to put the penalty on.
It's funny, Kyle, he's in the box, so either they gave him a 10 and didn't put it on the board, or we can find out. We'll try to find out from someone exactly how that went down, but he is in the box.
Right. I mean, sometimes you have electronic issues.
And that could very well be, too.
Where Daktronics isn't cooperating.
Absolutely, yeah. We got some great people in that score booth, but we don't know if they caught that one or not.
Either it's a penalty or the net fell off, and the net did not fall off, so it's got to be a penalty. Meanwhile, backhanded over.
Yeah, they're playing 5-on-5, so again, it was either a misconduct.
Which is interesting. I don't think that's a misconduct.
It didn't appear to be. So we'll try to get some clarity on that.
While offside called against Benet. I've watched this like 5 times, and is it a cheap shot? A little bit, but I don't think he's intending to injure him.
It did not look like it, no.
Okay. Most of the calls I've agreed with. That's a little weird.
I'm with you on that one. No, there's definitely some confusion around that one. We'll try to get an answer for the audience here so we can get a little clarity. The most important thing is they're 5-on-5 on the ice right now.
Right,
so
which it was a break for Benet because they didn't have to kill a penalty for 2 minutes.
Absolutely. Yeah. So if you're watching in on this, we have 5-on-5 on each side, so that's at least a positive thing. But he is in the box, so again, either he got a misconduct or something along those lines. Or there's just not enough room on the bench, Kyle.
somebody spit out their bubble gum on the bench. He doesn't want to sit on that.
Exactly. These teams are loaded with players, and they generally carry about 18-2, and they're both to the max here.
In the movie Back to the Future, the little baby always wanted to be in the bar, in the crib with the bars up.
That's right.
Maybe he just likes to be in the sin bin, just like Uncle Jerry from Back to the Future.
I love it. Yep.
Alpeter. Is that sent into the zone? Did you know that Michael J. Fox was not the original call to be Marty McFly?
Oh, this is interesting. I'm a big movie fan, so I did not know that, and I'm real curious to see exactly who was.
It was Eric Stoltz.
No kidding.
Yeah. They originally filmed with Eric Stoltz. He wasn't working out. And Michael J. Fox was filming Growing Pains, so he had to film Growing Pains as well as Back to the Future.
You are quite the history buff. That is some great trivia right there. I had no idea. And look what it did for Michael J. Fox's career.
Not so much for Eric Stoltz, though. That's so much
That's great stuff right there.
And the original Billy Campbell from Melrose Place was not their original pick either.
Okay. You know who the other one was?
I forget his name. He only lasted 1 episode.
All right.
Over to the blue line. That shot is wide. Got to get those shots on net, partner. What's happening?
Yeah, you alluded to it earlier. I think they look tired. And again, like I said, I can't overestimate the value in the size of this ice. I mean, this is, I know playing on this ice, I always loved. I skated. Here comes a penalty.
It's clearly a trip, and partner, one of the laziest, if not the most lazy thing to do in a hockey game is tripping.
Yeah, and see, that's exactly what we're talking about. It's a perfect segue into the fact that both these teams are getting tired, and to take a penalty like that, as you said, unfortunately, it's just pure laziness. You can't take a penalty like that in a game like this, in a 1-1 scenario, in an elimination game. So this is going to set them up pretty well on the power play.
Not much of a break that was for Benet. They did not have to play 5-on-4 disadvantage hockey for those 2 minutes because they called the misconduct instead of the 5-on-4. And now Benet goes on their power play, so it's almost like a 4-minute swing.
Yeah, that's a great point. Now the question is, can they capitalize on this? This is what we're about to see.
Up in the air. A lucky souvenir for a Benet fan.
He actually knocked it out of the air, but it still went into the bench.
That's why he's a hockey player, not a wide receiver in football.
There you go. Yeah, interesting conversation I had with DOMINIC Frasco and his dad before the game. We were talking about hockey and future of hockey, and it segued perfect into what you were asking about as far as the junior. I know he'd love to play college hockey like most of these kids would, and we'll see what happens. You graduate, and either you go on and you play juniors, or you go to a college, maybe of a little lesser division, depending on your ability. But that's certainly the dream of every player here, or most players here, to be able to go on and play after high school.
Out front, chance for Hollweck, still on the power play. As Fenwick can't clear it, Schlie at the point. Schlie with it, his shot, it's in the net! Schlie strikes again! Power play goal, partner, Benet back on top.
See, now that's what we're talking about as far as the accuracy. Hudson Schlie had a great opportunity. He walked in unevaded and just identified exactly where the open corner was. He went low glove, good quick wrist shot, great accuracy. That's something you work on, and in a big pressure moment like this, you've got to capitalize, and he did a beautiful job. Great shot, great lower glove, perfectly accurate.
What a goal by Hudson Schlie and partner. I think both teams have learned, if you go into the box, you're most likely coming out of the box with your team giving up a goal.
Absolutely. Hudson Schlie one of the Catholic League All-Stars as well, and not a bigger moment right there. That was huge, huge goal right there and a really accurate shot.
They call baseball a game of inches. That play was kind of a game of inches as well. Fenwick was an inch away from getting the puck past the blue line. They couldn't. Hudson Schlie pinched, stole it, and then scored.
Yep, and it's those it's those minuscule plays and game of inches, like you said, that can make all the difference. We got a 2-1 hockey game now.
No more penalties if you're Benet Red Wing, and if you're Fenwick Friar for that matter.
Yeah, as you said, just a lazy penalty, and unfortunately, it's significant. The penalties in this game, I think we have 2 out of 3 of the goals are power play goals, I believe.
Yeah. We got live stats powered by CCHL.us. We will check that in a second, but I mean, you're right, partner. The penalties are just killing both teams.
Well, as you said, you can't be lazy and you can't take penalties, and if you do, as in this case, 66% of the time you're giving up a goal. So that's a big risk to take in a game like this.
How much of an advantage is it for Benet? Not just to win, but if they could win by 2 or more goals, even if the second goal is an empty netter, to win by 2 or more goals, how much of an advantage would that be for Game 3 back in Oak Park?
I think it's a confidence builder, because they're going to take that momentum into the next game and know that they're going to know that they can beat them. So it adds a lot of confidence to what you're doing going into the next game, and if they can come out and again, strike quickly, they could be well on their way to a series win and possibly an appearance in the finals.
Over to the corner. Friars trying to get it out, and it's out of play.
All right, here we go. 6 minutes left. We got, again, 1-goal game. This is a big opportunity for Fenwick here to try to capitalize and get this thing back even. Good crowd tonight, too. People all over the place. It's great to see high school hockey being supported like this. It's great to be broadcasting this game live. It's a real great atmosphere in here tonight.
At the point, instead, Karras gets back. Fenwick plays it. On the tape, now past the blue line. And Carabatos got in the way of the pass. It was Tantaro to send it. Back over to the point. Good save by Ciesla, no rebound try. Dusek has it, as it's cleared by the Red Wings. Picked up by Fenwick, trying to find Carabatos.
Ciesla had a real nice clear lane there, was able to see that puck all the way from the blue line, make an easy save on a good shot.
Bad break for Benet. Let's see how Fenwick answers. Huge hit! Delivered by Dentice. Maybe a little wake-up call as Bastido is drilled into the bench.
Absolutely. And, yeah, you mentioned that one. That was accurate right there.
Dentice just nailing Bastido.
Big hit in the corner. Clean, though. Clean hit, which is the difference.
Nice move. Frasco! Oh, denied by Ciesla.
That's a great move and a big save. Wow. Good hockey right there.
Great player meets goal. Great goaltender. Shot on Ciesla again!
That was incredible. That is a beautiful pad save. He stretched out the left leg, was able to get a pad on the last second on a one-timer right in the corner. Beautiful save by Ciesla.
Look, Hudson Schlie has scored both of Bennett's goals, but you can make the argument the player of the game is that big boy between the pipes.
He is having another great game. He was huge in the clinching game against St. Rita a week ago tonight, and he's been huge tonight. He's keeping Benet in this, and that right there, I think we might be looking back on that one in a little while and talk about that being the save of the game right there.
What an incredible pass, though, by Michael Byrne. He got it past 2 defensemen, straight through, tight window pass, and he delivered it. But better save by Ciesla.
It's so much fun when you're seeing that kind of hockey. Great crisp passing, great shot, and then an amazing save. So that's a highlight reel right there.
Frasco with a beautiful toe drag, denied by Ciesla. And an excellent pass by Verney over to Mikey Curtin, and then Ciesla denying Curtin. No look backhander in the slot. Getting away that passing lane well was Pap.
Fenwick having a tough time getting out of their zone.
There's a chance for Fenwick. And a little tired is Verney, so he'll go to the bench. Out behind Ciesla. Rosenthal. Right on target. Hensel over to DeWilkins. Fenwick's had chances, but Ciesla has been up to the task and then some.
Playing an amazing game, coming up with some big saves. I'm thinking back to that save that he stopped point blank when that guy came in and shot it and the net got moved. That was another big one. Yeah, he's been standing on everything. Really, really impressive. Tonight in all playoffs.
Yeah, he's been incredible. Chance for Fenwick. Backhander, saucer pass attempt, and Benet read it well. Attempted pass from Pabst. And O'Rourke just denying being hit.
It's a good no call.
Here we go. Quinlan on a breakaway. Beautiful deke. He scores! Daniel Quinlan silencing the away crowd. And that one really stings if you're a Fenwick fan.
Using the big ice surface, a beautiful headband pass, sent him in on a breakaway. He made a real nice deke, went to his, went to his backhand and made a beautiful move into the lower part of the net. But that is a big capitalization, a great breakaway, a great move, and he closed on it beautifully. First 2-goal lead of the game. We might have something here now. They have an opportunity to start setting this thing up a little bit. So really big opportunity, and they took advantage of it.
On a breakaway, really, all the pressure's on the goalie. Not much that Alessi could do. Quinlan made the goalie go one way, and then Quinlan went the other way and then finished the play.
Deked him beautifully. It's a beautiful deke. Again, the goalie was out. When the goaltender's out like that, you want to set up a nice deke, a nice move. If the goaltender's playing back, that's when you want to get a nice shot off. And the goaltender came out, he challenged him, he deked him, went around, went to his backhand, put it in an empty net. Beautiful move, beautiful goal.
And what does that goal do for the Red Wings? Obviously, they're up 2 goals, but they had somebody else besides Hudson Schlie step up to the table and score.
Yeah, I think that now you're starting to see a little more balance with the offensive attack, and that's good for any team when you know that any player on your offensive roster can put the puck in the net. So now what we might start seeing is, as you mentioned, if not now, certainly into the third period, you might see Benet start relaxing on the forecheck a little bit and keeping a couple men back in the neutral zone to cut off any kind of, breakaway passes or odd man rushes that Fenwick might be looking for. So, you might be looking at maybe like a 1-3-2 on the forecheck where you're sending one man in and you're leaving a couple other guys back. So, but maybe not yet, but looking into the third period, that's something we'll be watching for.
Right on target with the pass. The old saying in hockey, a 2-goal lead's the worst one to have, so for Benet, you got to stay aggressive.
Absolutely. This game's far from over. Fenwick has a lot of firepower. They won a lot of games during the year. They're a high potent offense. They can certainly close that lead quickly.
Here's puck in the slot. As well as Hollweck.
Rosenthal got away with another one there. The fact that puck was turned over, but fortunately they were able to get it back.
So Alessi's given up 3 goals. Are any of those 3 his fault?
Doesn't appear so. I mean, a breakaway like that on a great move. Well, we're gonna have another Benet power play here.
Going from bad to worse right now for the Friars.
Yeah, that's a bad one right there. That appeared to be either a rough or a hit from behind. It's definitely going to be a penalty, and it's going to put Benet on the offense again. And Benet has an opportunity here with the way Ciesla's playing to put this game out of reach. About a minute 53 left in the second period. 2-minute power play. If they're able to capitalize on this, it could be an interesting third period, especially if they're able to play more of a relaxed forecheck going into the final period.
Hit to the head, and that's talking to Fenwick right now. You watch it. It looks like it should be a game that's kind of as you can see right now, Jerry. Puck goes around and then hit to the face.
Oh yeah, that's going to be a pop for Fenwick. We're watching the replay on this as you are at home, and it's anytime you go off that's close to a punch, when you see something like that, you're gonna be penalized on it big. And like you said, it could be a game misconduct at that point, depending on how strict the ref wants to call it. Not a good penalty to take. You got to be a little more disciplined. That's the side of the net.
Almost another goal for the Red Wings. Yeah. Got to be careful though. Even though they're down 2 goals, Fenwick will try to get a cherry picker, and if you're not quick to get back on defense, it could be a breakaway, even though Fenwick's shorthanded.
Absolutely. A lot of room out there, big ice surface. Anything can happen, so you still have to stay in your lanes and play your positions.
There we go. Chance. Nice move. And going out there to greet him was Alessi and forced DeWilkins into a tough spot. Back over to neutral ice. Don't have to score here if you're Benet, but you have to play heads-up hockey. As Schlie drilled. And Schlie's slow to get up.
That's a real nice toe drag by DeWilkins. He just wasn't able to follow up and finish it, but he was a beautiful move. Drew the defenseman in, but just wasn't able to finish with the shot.
Out behind Alessi, 53 seconds remaining in the period. The period will end with either a goal or the power play continuing. Shot. And that's blocked.
One of the better opportunities Benet had. There was, again, a wide angle shot. They're not able to get the puck in front. There was no one there for a rebound. So as a result, Fenwick's able to clear.
Been a pretty crisp game for Benet. Besides that ill-advised penalty, they played excellent hockey tonight.
They have. They've been moving the puck well. As you mentioned, the puck distribution and the goal distribution has been huge. And yeah, they're playing a nice game. They look a little more fresh than Fenwick does.
It's tough for the Friars. You had to beat Marmion in overtime to advance to the semifinals. Then you had to win in overtime after having a 2-0 lead at home. So even though they won that game, it almost felt like a loss. You were up 2-0. Your best goal scorer in Frasco got both of those goals for you. Then you blew the lead and had to beat Benet at home in overtime.
Yes, all those miles begin to add up, especially at this point in the season when you're playing, since October, you're skating multiple times per week. And again, those miles tend to add up, and it looks like it's showing tonight. They look a little bit tired. They look a little slow. Some of the looser pucks are going Bennett's way right now.
Face off one by the Friars, trying to get it out quickly, can't. Kept in well by Dicosola near the slot, and that will do it for the period. Daniel Quinlan with a breakaway goal. Hudson Schlie with an excellent power play goal. 2 goals to nothing for Benet in that second period. They're up by 2 goals, partner. The game is far from over, but Benet is in control right now.
Absolutely they are. And the players you want to see play well in a game like this, they say great players play big in big games, and that's what you're seeing tonight from Benet, and including the goaltending. The goaltending has been huge. Some real key saves. To go back to the one where he was able to drag his left leg out and make a crazy save on a lower shot to the corner, going across the net from right to left. That was a game changer, and as a result, Benet comes back and scores a couple of goals. So, yeah, they're heading to the locker room now with a lead and a lot of confidence. You can see it in the way they're heading back to the locker room.
Don't be overconfident, though. If Fenwick scores to make it 3-2, things change in the blink of an eye.
Absolutely, absolutely. You're only as good as your last shift.
We're going to take a break. Third period coming next, as well as our second period report here on the Recruitlings.
Brian's Garage Door Solutions. 25 years of expert residential and commercial garage door design, sales, and service, and almost 1,000 5-star Google reviews. Tate Enterprises. Design and remodeling for kitchens, basements, bathrooms, whole house, and home additions. Max Heads Custom Kick Drum Heads. Design online, upload, create, rock. If you're in a band, you need a Max Head.
Hi, my name is Brian Koehn. I am the president of Soccer 2000. We are a soccer specialty store located in Downers Grove. We specialize in servicing club uniforms and a personalized retail experience. Soccer 2000 has an exclusive team center that includes a wide variety of uniform kits to help your club choose the next kits that will make you guys look great on the field. Contact us at 630-241-9500 or find us online at soccer2000.com.
Did you know that you can advertise your business on our live streams? You sure can. Contact us about the numerous advertising opportunities we offer to local businesses during our sports live streams. Build brand awareness, engage customers, and support your local sports teams. Contact us for more information.
Hi, Hi, everybody. This is the second intermission report brought to you by Recruitlings. I'm Kyle Smith alongside Jerry Baldwin. 3-1 lead for Benet Academy. And Jeremy, how huge was that breakaway goal by Daniel Quinlan?
It was huge because, again, it's late in the period, so that it's a momentum gainer for Benet. It's a momentum killer for Fenwick. A beautiful power play goal. You know, great move, great deke, lower corner of the net. It's, again, taking advantage of those opportunities. You know, you get so few opportunities in a game of this magnitude. And with the pressure of a game two and an elimination game on Bennett's part, you have to be able to take advantage of every opportunity you get. When you get a breakaway like that, you got to bury it, and that's exactly what he did.
They decided to go with Cole Alessi instead of Spencer Lesick between the pipes tonight. Alessi's given up 3 goals. It's always easy to say in hindsight, do they regret that decision a little bit or not really? Because even if they lose tonight, they still have game 3 with either Lesick or Alessi for the do-or-die game.
I think they have a game 3 that they can fall back on, but I think, as you mentioned and we were talking about earlier in the broadcast, you know, these goals haven't been weak goals. You know, you get a breakaway of a guy coming in, you get another guy going with a, you know, from the left point coming in, being able to just patiently drag a wrist shot right in the lower part of the net. They haven't been bad goals, you know, so if they were bad goals, I would say, yeah, they probably regret the decision, but I don't think they have been. I think the defense needs to be a little tougher. Bennett's playing good. And sometimes your opponent just plays better than you do, and that's, I think, what we're seeing tonight. Benet is, they're playing a good game. They're taking advantage of the opportunities that they're getting, and they're winning 3-1.
Benjamin Ciesla has been a brick wall between the pipes, hasn't he?
I first had a chance to see him play last Thursday against St. Rita, and that was an elimination game at Southwest Ice Arena, and he was impressive. He was one of the players that, to me, stood out. And, you know, in talking to Jon Grzbek, their head coach, one of the questions that I had for him was, you know, to talk about Benjamin Ciesla and his role in their playoff success so far, because he's been amazing. And a couple of saves tonight. I mean, you know, as you're looking at some of the top plays of this game, he's got probably 2 of them. So he's been amazing.
Problem for Benet, even if they win tonight, they still have to go to Ridgeland Commons to advance to the championship round.
So I think, like you said, if they're able to win by a couple of goals or even dominate this period, they're going to take that momentum into Ridgeland Commons, and they're going to have a really good chance to eliminate a team that finished a seed higher than they did and had more wins than them. But again, this is playoff hockey. Anything can happen. It's a whole new season.
DOMINIC Frasco hasn't scored tonight, but, man, he's been impressive.
He really has, you know, and the great ones, they make it happen on a consistent basis. He's playing fantastic. He is getting opportunities, and don't be surprised if he gets one in the third period.
Yeah, if he scores, things could get interesting for the Benet Academy Redwings in a heartbeat. We're going to take a break. Third period coming up next here on Recruitlings.
Brian's Garage Door Solutions. 25 years of expert residential and commercial garage door design, sales, and service, and almost 1,000 5-star Google reviews. Tate Enterprises. Design and remodeling for kitchens, basements, bathrooms, whole house, and home additions. Max Heads Custom Kick Drum Heads. Design online, upload, create, rock. If you're in a band, you need a Max Head.
Hi, my name is Brian Koehn. I am the president of Soccer 2000. We are a soccer specialty store located in Downers Grove. We specialize in servicing club uniforms and a personalized retail experience. Soccer 2000 has an exclusive team center that includes a wide variety of uniform kits to help your club choose the next kits that will make you guys look great on the field. Contact us at 630-241-9500 or find us online at soccer2000.com.
Did you know that you can advertise your business on our live streams? You sure can. Contact us about the numerous advertising opportunities we offer to local businesses during our sports live streams. Build brand awareness, engage customers, and support your local sports teams. Contact us for more information.
Bennett would put this one away. If Fenwick scores, the pressure really goes back onto Bennett.
Absolutely it does, yeah. At this point in the game, 3-1 lead, you're going to play a little bit more relaxed on your defense, probably lighten up the forecheck a little bit, and really have a defensive mindset here. and look for some opportunities. Again, you can, if you get an opportunity, you get an on-man break, you might very well want to just run that and increase this lead. So Benet is definitely in the driver's seat. They got a nice thing going on here, and we'll see how this third period plays out. Like you said, there's still a few seconds left on the power play as well.
Too many penalties for the Fenwick Friars, including that one right at the end of the second period by Civete. Not only are you killing a penalty, you hope not to give up a goal, but that's 2 more minutes of you having to be down a man and not being able to be aggressive because you have to ice the puck.
Absolutely, yeah, it's twofold. You're playing defense to try to not give up a goal, and you're not able to be offensive-minded and attain a goal. So, yeah, it's a killer on both ends.
Face-off won by the Redwings, and that will do it for the power play. So, back to even-strength hockey, and ideally for Fenwick, they want to score in the next 8 minutes.
Going to be an even faster ice surface now with the ice just getting done between the second and third period, so we're looking for a fast surface out there. We'll see if the guys can keep up.
Are you surprised that Curtin iced the puck there?
I'm surprised it wasn't called.
Yeah, they said that Benet touched it.
Oh, it might have been touched. Okay, yeah, because you're right. It did look like a strange...
Right, he had time to maybe deke out his opponent. Instead, he just kind of panicked and iced it.
Yeah.
Well, dumped in well that time by Kurzak.
Yeah, Fenwick is not looking as sharp as we've seen them in the past, and again, maybe they're relying too much on the fact that they have that game at hand, but still, you don't want to go back after getting, handled here at Seven Bridges.
Does it get to them a little bit? They scored the first 2 goals in game 1, but since then, they have been outscored 5-1.
Well, you know what? I think it's a great point. I'm glad you brought that up. Yeah, speaking of momentum, you're seeing Benet start to really dominate this series, and that is a great point. 2 goals, yeah, that's a lot of periods.
Oh, no.
You hate to see that.
Yeah.
The ref just got dumped in the corner accidentally, and he's a little slow getting up. Hopefully he's okay.
Well, that's when you don't have a head on a swivel. The player's reminding him, you got to have your head up, ref.
Absolutely, yeah. Looks like the Benet bench is checking on him. I think he seems to be okay, hopefully. So.
Out in front, they score!
Oh, we got a game.
And the ref fell down again. I think they're going to have to check him out.
Yeah, they might want to take a second and just make sure he's okay. I didn't see the hit on him, but he's not good. In the meantime, we got a 3-2 game here, though. That's a big goal.
Yeah, I mean, you watch it on replay here. Beautiful pass, set up, backhanded, and then a finish that time by Christian White. Is it on Ciesla? Should he have been more aggressive to put his stick out there? You look at it one more time. Pass. I don't know, partner, you call it. Should Ciesla put his stick out there to poke it away?
It would have been difficult. The pass was still far away to be able to do that. It would have been very tough to do. And even then, you're giving up possibly a tough rebound. I don't put that one on Ciesla at all. That's a really good play by Fenwick and a good capitalization of the goal.
Well, you know what? No more 2-goal lead. Now Benet just has to play normal hockey.
What do you think the Fenwick coach said to the team in between periods?
Let's look. We've been outscored 5-1.
Yeah.
Enough is enough.
Yeah, nothing we can repeat on air, that's for sure, right?
Well, they definitely are playing different hockey than what we saw in the first 2 periods.
Yeah, they look inspired. They look a lot stronger. They've taken it to them so far. There's another shot on Ciesla, so they're handling their business now.
At the point, shot. One goes wide. Both teams still having trouble getting it on net.
Yeah, Fenwick's come out on fire here. They're definitely taking control of the action. All of the action has been in the Benet end so far, including a couple of good shots on goal and, of course, the goal. So.
Dusek after. Shot, Ciesla save. And then covered up well. Karabatos just could not get it on net like he wanted to. And the pressure continues to be on Benet, only up by a goal. Their Kennedy Cup season on the line. They still have the Blackhawk Cup on Saturday. You'll be there for that as well, Jerry. But got to win tonight to still be alive to win that Kennedy Cup.
Absolutely, and Michael Verme is down from Fenwick. I'm not sure exactly what happened there, but he went down after the play, and
so Verme was in the, well, that's not Verme. So 18.
You know what? 18
is Bastido.
Bastido. I apologize. I misread the number. So Bastido was hurt there.
So Bastido was after it in the slot.
It's out of the.
Oh yeah, he might have hurt his ankle or something. He just fell to the ice.
Yeah, it looked like away from the play, so hopefully he didn't do anything crazy there and he's okay, because it looked like non-contact. It didn't look like he was hit. He did go down away from the play, so odd the way that worked out.
Yeah. Happens in basketball all the time. You roll your ankle.
Absolutely. And we got something going on the bench there. It looks like the refs are switching up So are we switching linesmen and referees here? Because we know the ref got hurt in the corner. He took a hit from one of the players.
It fell on his head, though, so you would think he needs to get evaluated. There are team trainers here.
Okay, good.
So he can get evaluated. We don't have the blue tent, but he can still get evaluated. It's not the NFL or the NHL, but there is a dark room if he needs to get evaluated.
Okay.
Things happen, man. I was at a White Sox game where the home plate umpire got heat stroke.
Oh, wow. Like you said, it happens. It's the craziest thing, but what I like now is now they're very conscientious of that, though. You know, you got people in the stands who are looking for, you know, hits to make sure that if there's a concussion protocol, people are involved. You know, anything for player safety, I'm all for that.
Player safety, refs, it's getting a little chippy on the corner. Porro, oh boy. And it was a little bit of a fight between Porro and his opponent in Grzbek. The hand did not go up. And if they don't call that, Parter, it can get even worse in this period.
It certainly could, and it looks like they're going to try to let him play, which, like you said, is a good philosophy as long as it doesn't get out of hand. And the first time it does get out of hand, you're going to see a penalty get called, and it could be a big penalty.
Out to the point, shot! Ciesla saw it. It was also partially blocked by the Red Wings. Trying to get it out in front, and that goal was just so big. Huge hit! Was it interference, though? I'll let you call it, Jerry. Was it legal or interference?
Oh, that looked like it. Boy, that's borderline right there, Kyle. That looked really close. He didn't have the puck, and he took him out. So that one could have gone either way, but that was definitely a strong hit. Knocked him right down. So there's another hit in the corner. It's definitely getting very physical out there right now.
Got an injury, holding the leg.
That looked clean. They're not going to call anything on that.
So the first play, it's definitely interference. You watch it one more time. So it's the captain in Grzbek. He's got the puck, and he just drilled him. He wasn't even. Look, I know you want to let them play, and you don't want people in the box because it changes the complexion of the game. But when it's that blatant, this isn't D2 the Mighty Ducks.
No.
We got to call something.
Yeah, it's something like that. When it is that blatant and away from the play, that needs to be called. So
yeah, the second check was clean. He got him on the side, not from behind.
Right. But you're right, Fenwick got away with one there, and that's a big one to get away with right now because it gives them an opportunity to stay close and potentially tie this game up. Yeah, big hit. Anytime you're evading a player and knocking a player away who's not involved in the play, that's an interference call. So you could very easily have gotten called there.
Here we go. Chance for Benet DeWilkins. Out to the slot in the corner.
Yeah, DeWilkins a nice player, only a sophomore out of Benet, and had a nice opportunity right there, but couldn't finish. But nice player, got a nice future ahead of him here at the Benet Academy.
We have 3 seniors on this Benet team, so they're going to be good next year as well.
That's a great point. Yeah, they're young, they're athletic, and they're having a heck of a run here in the Kennedy Cup playoffs. So they could be a force to be reckoned with for going forward, which is great for the school and great for the academy.
I think that play was too aggressive. He didn't really have to do a saucer pass. He tried to do the saucer pass, no one touched it, and then it's an icing call against the Friars.
Yeah, so you got to be really accurate on that. If you're going to make that pass, you got to be really accurate with it. If not, you got to put a little touch on that so it doesn't get back there as fast as it did, and it's not as prone to be called for icing there. Because now you're all the way back in your own end, already down by a goal, 12:28 to go, and you got to win a faceoff here to get control.
Faceoff coming up, and it's won by the Red Wings. Shot blocked, and they got to get back. Breakaway attempt for the Friars. He shoots, he scores! Goal awarded, Johnny Senna. We're back to a tie game.
That is a great shot. He was mid-stride, quick little snapshot, upper glove corner, beat Ciesla on the glove side. And boy, we got a brand new hockey game. And you called us earlier. You said it was going to be if they came out and they scored, it could change the momentum, and it's certainly done that. That is a really quick shot. Upper left corner, just beat Ciesla from about 20 feet out, and big opportunity, big goal for Fenwick.
And we talked about when to commit penalties, when not to. You could make the argument that Frasco should have tripped and avoided a shot attempt. He was a little close enough to go with the stick at the skate. Did he have a full 2 steps on the defender? He might have, so they would have called a penalty shot. But do you want to allow a free shot on your goalie like that on breakaway? Probably not. So if you're going to commit a penalty, that might have been the time to do it.
Well, absolutely, yeah. Those are smart penalties to take. If you're going to take a penalty that could avoid a potential goal, and in this case a potential tying goal, then yes. So it's the silly penalties, the lack of discipline, or the lazy penalties you want to stay away from. But if you can stop a guy from getting a goal and opportunity on your goalie, sometimes they're worth taking.
And we talked about when to pinch, when to just get back on defense and accept what happened. Benet was overly aggressive. Instead of using the stick, he uses his hand to try to pick up the puck. A mistake, reading it well as Senna, and now it's a tie score.
Johnny Senna, one of the CCHL All-Star team members, and really showed some skill there. He had a great opportunity, and that's a quick snapshot, and to be able to beat Ciesla from about 15 to 20 feet out, upper glove, real nice shot. Again, taking advantage of an opportunity.
Well, said some words that the FCC doesn't like to the coaching staff of the Friars, and they've been a different team. Next goal scored will probably win it.
They are taking it to Benet at this period. Most of the action has been in the Benet end, and the opportunities this period have so far really gone toward Fenwick. So they're playing a different level of motivation, and the coach had definitely something to say to motivate them.
How about that, partner? 2 breakaway goals.
Yeah, big momentum shifters, and like you said, going into the close of the second period, anything can happen in the third period, and that's what we're seeing here. Slick ice surface, and Fenwick's come out remotivated to not have to play on Saturday.
Well, still got to score one more time, either team, otherwise we get overtime hockey. How can Fenwick do it 3 times in a row if it goes to OT again?
A lot of hockey. The more overtime you play, though, the better you get at it, too. So they're starting to kind of get the hang of this. And, there is a skill to being able to play in overtime because the pressure's a little different, the opportunities are a little different. And if you've played games in overtime before, it definitely, the more experience you have in it can help you. So we'll see how it rolls out tonight. But so far, Fenwick is on a roll here in the third period.
How big was that no interference call against Fenwick? They didn't call it. Then they had even strength hockey, and Fenwick made the refs pay, if that's a way to phrase it.
Well, they literally made the ref pay down in the corner. Right. They made it with that hit. So
yeah, I think it was a Benet player that hit him.
But no, nonetheless, you're absolutely right. Yeah, that was a big no call, and it gave Fenwick the opportunity to tie this game, and that's what they did.
There's times to pinch, and then there's times to just get back, backward skate. Don't be too cute within the neutral zone. Pass in front. Chance for the Friars. Still loose, picked up by Benet. They have numbers. A couple of nice moves. Schlie with it, looking for the hat trick. Schlie again. Oh, just couldn't get the shot on net.
Good opportunity there. He was, like you said, he was waiting for numbers, and they just never joined in on him. It was a 1-on-3, and Schlie still almost made something happen there. So real nice play, and now Fenwick again has to ice it. So back to the Fenwick end we go, and I know you're a movie fan. Have you seen the movie Miracle?
Of course.
One of my favorites of all time, and I think about the conditioning that Herb put that 1980 Olympic team through, and that comes into play into a game like this, this point of the season, and when it all matters, what do you have? It's what you do in the third period, not what you do in the first 2. So we'll see what both these teams have in the arsenal here.
You got to imagine Fenwick has to be dead tired. Their 3rd overtime game in these playoffs, but they don't look like it right now.
No, they've been inspired. Something went on between the second and third period, and they look like a different team because they were very lethargic in the first 2 periods and were, quite frankly, outplayed. And they've been outplaying Benet now here in the third. So, yeah, they're remotivated.
Look, we talked about the mistake made in neutral ice, but you know what? Senna made the most of it. And the second goal that was scored for Fenwick, that was just a beautiful goal.
It absolutely was. And again,
that shot saved, no rebound. Loose puck, oh no!
Quick whistle there, quick whistle. That puck was never controlled. And they got him a quick whistle. I don't know if the ref lost sight of it. Yeah, you're hearing a little bit from the crowd here because the puck was saved and the rebound came out, and there was availability there for a rebound, and the ref blew it dead. So either he lost sight, thought he had it frozen, but he, from what we see here, didn't appear to. So looks like Fenwick got a bit of a break there.
Yeah, they sure did. Now, Fenwick was going to possess it in the corner anyways when the whistle was blown. But yeah, I mean, still, they would have had to break the puck out. So just because you get the puck in the corner doesn't mean you're going to break the puck out.
Absolutely. Anything can happen from that red line back to the blue line. So.
Oh boy, it is, the aggression and the intensity is picking up. Dicosola, as that's in front. Ciesla can't freeze it. Dicosola was he was the victim of that play.
Yeah, that was another big opportunity. Fenwick just fell a little short of being able to take advantage of that. But oh, look at this turnover. Bad giveaway in the corner. Fenwick had a real golden shot from the top of the slot, but he put it up high. Ciesla was ready for it, but he put it over the net. So that's where we talk about when you get those opportunities, you have to take advantage. And the first thing you have to do is put it on net because you're not going to score if you don't put it on net.
Out to the blue line. And even if you don't score, just to get it on net, anything can happen. It goes off the goalie's face mask and then bounces to a stick. You know, hockey is not soccer. Soccer is called a beautiful game for a reason. You usually don't get those rebound goals in soccer.
Absolutely.
In hockey, a lot of it is garbage goals.
Yes.
Shoot, crash a net, get the rebound and score. That's 75% of hockey.
You're right, and that's exactly what happened down here, but Fenwick was the beneficiary of a quick whistle on the what they thought was frozen. So, yeah, you get it on net, like you said, and anything can happen, and that's the name of the game. Here we go.
8 minutes left. Frasco, he's just so tough to bring down.
Strong on his skates, you know, strong lower body. These players work hard on their lower bodies, and you know, people don't realize the emphasis on the lower body workouts to be a successful hockey player and be able to maintain that balance on your skates.
Out front, stolen away by Frasco. They're going to rely on him heavily these last 7 minutes and 57 seconds. Frasco again with a nice move, shot! And Karras got a piece of it.
Good defensive play there by Benet to be able to stand Frasco up. He was trying to get in, he made a nice move, and they played the body well on him.
Out to the corner, O'Rourke. He's tied up well by Curtin. Back over to the point, shot! Goes wide. After it is Grzbek. Back over to the corner. The next penalty called could change the complexion of this game. Both teams trying to avoid one. Shot, wide. Gotta get it on net, Jerry.
Yeah, Fenwick is taking it to them. They're getting a lot of opportunities. Like you said, though, they have to put these pucks on net. And here's another icing by Benet. They look tired. They might be in some trouble here. We'll have to see if they can regroup and find it.
When does head coach Andrew Schlie think about calling his timeout?
That's a great question. I think we'll have to look at how they react in the next couple of whistles. I wouldn't use it yet because you're still tied, but I think it's something you definitely want to have in your pocket and be looking at in the near future.
They just look like a different team since the third period started.
Absolutely.
You don't want to wait too long because if Fenwick scores, that could be the game. You don't want to wait too long to call your timeout either.
Absolutely, yep. I think as he starts to line match a little.
Another chance for Porro. Drilled off the puck. Hit that time by Alpeter. Back to neutral ice. At the blue line. Both players going after it. Pushing and shoving galore. Porro. Blocker save out in front. Rebound try. Just couldn't get it on net. Back over the blue line. Calandra cannot dump it in yet. Now he does. Delayed offside. In the old NHL, that would be called offside, but now we play delayed offside.
I like this. Keep the action going. Keep it rolling.
Fenwick could use a line change if they can get one. Two-line pass. Cross-checking action. Not called. We play on.
Alexander Dentice with some real nice action in the far corner. You know, stayed physical but stayed clean, and that was a good effort by the Benet forward.
Out behind the net. Next goal will probably win it. Shot! Trying to redirect it in that time by Johnny Senna, who tied this game.
It's a nice deflection by Senna, but it just ended up going wide, but a real nice idea. He wasn't too far off.
Under 6 minutes to go. Out behind Alessi, who's played an excellent game. To the blue line, back to neutral ice, off the board. Schlie handles it. It's a 2-on-1 now. Schlie with it. Schlie pass, shot, he scores! Net falls off, but it was after the goal. Goal was scored, Jerry, but an excellent pass by Hudson Schlie.
Amazing pass, put it right on the tape. Left him with pretty much an open net, and he finished it. He buried it. Had an open net to put it in. Really nice shot, really nice finish, but as you said, all set up by Schlie. That's a real nice touch pass. Bit of a saucer pass, was able to get it off, put it on the tape, and then finish it. That's a strong goal by Benet.
Don't listen to me, Andrew Schlie. Hey, you don't have to call a timeout. They play on, no timeout. Excellent pass by Hudson Schlie. I think it's safe to say who's going to be our SBS player of the game.
It certainly appears so. He's having a big night and looking really strong. Only a junior at Benet, playing fantastic. Big pass, set that up, set the table up beautifully. Pretty much provided him an open net, so really good goal.
And look, that was still a tough goal scored by Nikolas Hensel. I mean, it was a nice pass, but Hensel had to finish the play, and he did. And Benet up by a goal with not much time remaining.
Hensel had to finish it well, and he did. He was able to get that puck elevated, which is something he needed to do because the Fenwick, the goalie was able to slide across him, but he was able to elevate it above the glove and get it into the net. So real strong finish, absolutely.
All right, partner, decision time for Fenwick. When do you want to pull Alessi?
With the way they're taking the action to him, You could do it a little sooner than later, but I'd still give it a couple more minutes. We're at 5:14 right now to go in the game. I'd give it a little bit more time. You don't want to give up something cheap with this much time left in the game.
That's clean, partner. The Benet fans don't like it. That was a clean hit.
It was. Yeah, you're seeing Fenwick dominate 5-on-5, so I would hold into that as long as you could before you pull your goalie. Definitely look at some of the top lines as something else they might want to be looking at now. You're just, at this point, you're playing your top lines, making sure you're taking advantage of every opportunity you can get.
And that's what the disadvantage is for playing all those overtime games. How much conditioning do you have? How much do you have left in the tank to finish this one out and tie the game?
Right, absolutely.
And for Benet, partner, do you start to play a little more of monkey in the middle versus all-out aggression to score?
Yeah, you do. You want to control the puck as best you can, because as long as you're controlling the puck, they can't score. So, yeah, you want to keep the puck. You want to possess the puck, almost like a 3-on-3 in a hockey overtime. Whenever you see overtime in the NHL, you're seeing all puck control. The goal is to control the puck and provide the best opportunities you can. Puck goes out of play here, so we got a quick stoppage here in play. But you watch the NHL 3-on-3 overtime. You're looking for possession and opportunities, and you might start seeing more of that now with Benet. Slow the clock down, slow the play down, and just possess the puck as best you can.
This is the Benet hockey team led by Andrew Schlie, Fenwick led by head coach Nick Fabrini, Mike Lozano, and Grant Stuevi, the assistants. And what does Fabrini and Brian Bohm, as well as the assistants, decide to do? 4:10 remaining, not much time remaining. Back out to neutral ice. Delayed offside. Benet gets back onside. Back over to the corner. The captain and Grzbek after it. Grzbek just destroying people right now.
Yeah, it's getting real physical out there, and he's taking the man. He's taking the body.
The way he's hitting right now, partner, he could take on Ty Domi.
Wow, that's a blast from the past. One of the toughest players to ever play in the NHL, and certainly one of the best fighters to ever play in the NHL.
He could score a little bit too.
He could, but he was a force to be reckoned with. He was a tough guy. Not the biggest guy, but one of the toughest guys to ever play in the NHL. Toronto, right?
Yeah, Toronto.
Yeah.
Ty Domi. They had who they had behind the net? Curtis Joseph.
I believe so.
Those were some good Maple Leafs teams.
Oh, that's a penalty.
Yeah, that's a bad penalty, partner. It's a terrible penalty, and you could make the argument that it's a game misconduct.
We're going to see what that's Dentice, 26 on Fenwick on Benet.
I think it's Alpeter actually, 23. 23 is Alpeter. Oh, 26.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So 20. But yeah, the Fenwick guy is still down, and we're going to see what happens here. But yeah, I believe it's definitely going to be at least 2. It might be more than that. Alexander Dentice with he threw him into the boards.
He's had a problem with that. He got called for a game misconduct. Pretty much similar play against St. Rita when Gentile was knocked out of the game. And
that's right.
I just don't understand it. You're up 4-3.
Yeah.
Fenwick has had problems getting the puck out the last 2 minutes. Just keep on the attack and just keep the puck in deep. You commit a penalty. It could be a game misconduct, which means you're out for the next game.
Yep.
He's not their best goal scorer, but he's still a nice player to have out there. Now Benet might not have Dentice for game 3.
That's huge. Yeah, that's a huge thing, and you got to make sure you're disciplined about that. And yeah, you don't know what's going on in the mind of him if he's been talked to about this, because you got to have some discipline with regard to this point in the game. You don't want to take that kind of a penalty, especially a penalty like that didn't have to be taken. Hopefully our Fenwick, who is that with our Fenwick?
With the team.
Who's down over there? Yeah, I want to make sure.
For Fenwick? Oh, yeah, that's Grzbek.
Okay, Grzbek, yeah, hopefully he's okay.
So, Bennett's not happy. Grzbek got away with an interference and maybe 2 interferences, as you saw earlier at the hash mark, but you still don't check a guy from behind, especially when you're up by a goal.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
I don't care what Grzbek's been doing or not been doing.
No, yeah.
But you know what? They're kids. They're only 17, 18, 16 years old. Mistakes are going to happen. I make mistakes.
Sure.
Not a lot of them, because I usually walk on water. You love to see it. He's okay. The trainer looked at him. He can still play tonight if he chooses to.
Yeah, that's the important thing, is make sure his health is good and he's okay, and he appears to be. He's a little slow in getting over to the bench, but he certainly seems to be okay. We wish him the very best, and hopefully he's fine.
Decision time for head coach Nick Fabrini. You've got the man advantage. You've got to deepen their end to start. You could pull your netminder here if you want to.
You certainly could. Put a 6-on-4 attack out there with the momentum, the way they've been having it. Let's see what he decides to do. Again, really good idea. 6-on-4 could provide some real easy odd man rushes and give them a great opportunity to even up this game. Fenwick down by a goal, 4-3, 3:22 left. They're on the power play. So here we go. Let's see what they can do with this.
They never make things easy for head coach Andrew Schlie, do they?
No, that's for sure.
Up behind the net. Ooh, just couldn't get it. Mikey Koehn, and for Benet, do not play with the puck. Just ice, ice, ice.
And you want to see a little bit of urgency from Fenwick getting out of their zone. You know, you got a little over 3 minutes to go here. They're setting up the power play, but you want to start getting that puck into the zone. You want to be able to set up and not go off sides.
Yeah, that doesn't help.
Oh, not a good call. Not a good play. Yeah, I'd like to see a little more urgency getting out of your zone. Like I said, you got 3 minutes left here, and you want to get that puck out and be able to set up in the Benet zone, look for that odd man or that one-timer across the ice, and potentially tie up this game.
Will Paps will take the face-off. Schlie to oppose him. Nice job by Paps, but he couldn't get it into his forward. Benet just ices it. Remember, though, when you ice, you do allow Alessi and the forward to set up a play behind the net.
So here we go. We'll see if they can get themselves set up.
Nice pass, shot, rebound try, puck loose, and then scatters over near the face-off circle. Chance for Benet. They try to ice. They try again, and they get it in deep.
Fenwick didn't leave a man back at the defensive blue line. They all seemed to crash the net, which could have worked out on a rebound, but unfortunately left that upper point vacant, so Benet was able to clear the zone very easily there.
Still decide not to pull Alessi. 55 seconds remaining on the power play. Alessi will decide not to play it as the inertia of the puck slows down in the slot. Picked up by Frasco, looking to go coast to coast with it. Frasco with it. And then stop and start moving to beauty by Frasco. Back over to the point. Set up to the other point man. Moore, shot, blocked and saved by Ciesla. Out behind Ciesla. No wraparound try. And then back over to the corner. Tap pass from the stick of Bastido.
Yeah.
And then cleared well by Benet. Beautiful PK.
Yeah, turned over in the defensive zone, and Benet just shot it all the way down. So Fenwick not able to set up and really get a lot going on this power play. Down to a minute and a half to go here.
An open man near the bench. That was Bastido. He falls down. He hurt his ankle earlier. Benet clears, and that'll do it for the penalty kill. Well, they decide not to pull Alessi there, and now they got to pull him soon.
You would think, and there doesn't seem to be any effort going on here. We're down to 113, and he's looking at the bench, but no one's calling him yet.
Can't do it yet. Got to get past the center line. They ice. I don't think anybody touched that.
Oh, wow.
They look a little out of sorts. They can call a timeout here if they want to.
That's a costly icing right there. Now you can't pull your goalie in. You got to face off in your offense, in your defensive end.
Yeah. So Fabrini's going to call the timeout. Look, it's easy to say in hindsight, the famous episode of South Park with Captain Hindsight. You ever seen that?
I've seen South Park. I don't think I've seen that episode.
Right. Well, he's got this cape, and all he does is tell people what they should have done in hindsight.
Oh, I like that.
He flies off. He's got the H in his sweater. Look, if you had pulled Alessi there, it would have been a 6-on-4, sure. But look, Bennett's going to ice the puck anyways.
Right.
So they could score the empty netter because they're going to ice it regardless.
Right.
Now that there's no more 5-on-4, Benet doesn't have to ice the puck. So when you pull the netminder without a power play, sometimes it's more advantageous. Hindsight, right?
Sure, yeah. Well, they have it in front of them now. They've got 1:06 to go. And you got to think they're going to try to get him out of there as fast as they can. So we'll see what happens with this. But yeah, big opportunity for Fenwick.
Yeah, and for Benet, good job adjusting. Adversity did not go their way. It hit them hard. Benet able to readjust. It helps having number 8. Hudson Schlie is an excellent hockey player, but other guys stepped up to the table. Quinlan with a beautiful breakaway goal. It was a beautiful pass by Schlie, but Hensel finished it. Went top shelf, 4-3 lead. And then they're going to need those guys if they're going to win Game 3 in Oak Park. Still got 1:06 of hockey here, but assuming that Benet wins, Game 3 at Richland Commons.
Great players play great in big games, and this is one of them right now, and you're seeing your stars rise to the occasion.
Face-off coming up. Mikey Koehn. He's opposed by Schlie. Face-off 1. Out behind the nets.
This benefits Benet to keep it in there as long as they can and keep him from getting it out.
Fenwick's got to get it out quickly. Couple of dekes. Now past the center line. He's got to hustle. That's too many men on the ice, partner, and they're going to call it. Oh, my goodness. Iced. don't score.
Wow.
And I think Fenwick's going to be called for too many men on the ice.
They may be, or they may have missed it. Let's see if they caught it. You caught it right away, and they did have too many men on. The ref is going over there. Yeah, you got it. That's a great call, Kyle. You were on it.
Alessi was not even close to the bench when the extra attacker went on.
Yeah, that was well, let's see what they're doing here. So we've got 6 attackers.
Yeah, I don't see a man in the box.
So they missed it. They missed it. You made a good call on that. There was definitely too many men on, and they missed it. So we're playing 6-on-5 here for the last 35 seconds. Fenwick needs to get control of this and get some shots.
I did see the hand go up, though.
I did, too. Not sure what he was looking at.
That's high sticking. He cannot play it, but Fenwick can.
Yeah. Down to 16 seconds. Fenwick's got one last shot here.
They just got to ice it now. Curtin. Schlie with a nice play. He shoots. He misses.
Empty netter, just missed by a foot or so.
4 seconds left. That'll do it. Benet is going to hold on for a much-deserved 4-3 victory. In hockey, Jerry, we do 3 stars of the game. For me, the 3rd star, Johnny Senna. 2nd star, Benjamin Ciesla. Hudson Schlie, number 1 star. What say you?
I love it. I think the list is perfect. Benjamin Ciesla kept them in the game early when they needed to be kept in because they didn't play that strong in the first 2 periods, and the offense speaks for itself. I like your top 3. I think it's a great call.
Not going to rebuttal with anything?
No, I think you got it. I think it's solid. Who was your 1 again?
Hudson Schlie, obviously 2 goals and an assist.
You got to give it to him, and when you got Ciesla at 2, I like the list.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
No.
So we're going to take a break. Our post-game interview, will it be Nikolas Hensel, Hudson Schlie, or Benjamin Ciesla? We're not going to tell you yet. You're going to find out in a couple minutes here on Recruitlings.
Brian's Garage Door Solutions. 25 years of expert residential and commercial garage door design, sales, and service, and almost 1,000 5-star Google reviews. Tate Enterprises. Design and remodeling for kitchens, basements, bathrooms, whole house, and home additions. Max Heads Custom Kick Drum Heads. Design online, upload, create, rock. If you're in a band, you need a Max Head. Brian's Garage Door Solutions. 25 years of expert.
Couple of Daves in Oak Park. You guys were up 3-1. They scored 2 unanswered goals, but the connection from Schlie to you get the game winner.
Yeah, I mean, the whole build-up from the beginning of the season, being with Schlie, I mean, that just builds the chemistry from day one.
How are you guys able to regroup after Senna scored that game-tying goal on the breakaway?
I mean, you just got to step up as a team. Got to get some, words of encouragement. I mean, just build up.
What have you guys worked on in practice? Because that pass was right on target, and then you finished with the top shelf goal.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, from the beginning of the season, being with Schlie builds up the chemistry.
You guys are still alive for the Kennedy Cup, but you got to win in Ridgeland Commons in Oak Park to be alive for the championship round.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be a tough environment, but, I mean, just got to use that to our advantage. Just use the crowd, fire us up.
What are some of the main differences between playing here and at Ridgeland Commons in Oak Park?
I mean, it's a lot smaller of a rink, got the low ceiling, the Fenwick fans, but use that to your advantage.
Final thoughts about the game tonight as you got the game-winning goal?
I mean, it was great. Great overall team effort.
That's Nikolas Hensel. Post-game wrap-up coming up next.
Brian's Garage Door Solutions. 25 years of expert residential and commercial garage door design, sales, and service, and almost 1,000 5-star Google reviews. Tate Enterprises. Design and remodeling for kitchens, basements, bathrooms, whole house, and home additions. Max Heads Custom Kick Drum Heads. Design online, upload, create, rock. If you're in a band, you need a Max Head.
Hi, my name is Brian Koehn. I am the president of Soccer 2000. We are a soccer specialty store located in Downers Grove. We specialize in servicing club uniforms and a personalized retail experience. Soccer 2000 has an exclusive team center that includes a wide variety of uniform kits to help your club choose the next kits that will make you guys look great on the field. Contact us at 630-241-9500 or find us online at soccer2000.com.
Did you know that you can advertise your business on our live streams? You sure can. Contact us about the numerous advertising opportunities we offer to local businesses during our sports live streams. Build brand awareness, engage customers, and support your local sports teams. Contact us for more information.
Good evening, everybody. Kyle Smith alongside Jerry Baldwin. This is the post-game wrap-up brought to you by Recruitlings. A 4-3 win for Benet Academy tonight. Didn't exactly go their way to start off their third period, but a beautiful pass from Schlie. Hensel finished it, and they played great defensive hockey the last 6 minutes.
It's like we talked about, every opportunity matters, and you got to take advantage of the few opportunities that you do get. And a beautiful pass from Schlie, a beautiful conversion on the goal. That one opportunity, they were outplayed for most of the third period. Fenwick came out on a mission in the third period. Credit to them. But Bennett was able to capitalize on the few opportunities they got and come away with a win.
It wasn't a perfect win by any means for Bennett. What do they have to work on, especially that play where Johnny Senna scored the breakaway goal? Look, let's give credit to Johnny Senna for the goal, but not a great decision to try to play with the puck with your hand instead of using your skate in the neutral zone by the Red Wings.
Absolutely, yeah. They need to be a little more puck conscious, a little more conscientious of the loose pucks. They need to come away with those loose pucks and a little more crisp on the passing. You gotta. I would like to see them spread out a little bit more. When you got a bigger ice surface like this, spread out a little wider to the boards, get those passes across to each other, and be able to move the puck out, break out of your zone a little cleaner. So yeah, they can definitely clean some things up, but a win is a win, and they'll take it.
Fenwick looked really good though in that third period. They didn't win the game, they almost did. And the good news for the Friars, they get to go back to their home rink, which is a smaller rink.
Yeah.
And the fans are kind of on top of you at Ridgeland Commons.
They're totally on top of you at Ridgeland. It reminds me of the old Chicago Stadium where the fans literally are almost on the ice. So it's a cozy atmosphere for the home crowd. They're going to have their home crowd behind them, and they should be ready to go. So I think it's a 50-50 shot. I think both teams are ready to go. You've seen some great goaltending out of both teams. Benjamin Ciesla was fantastic tonight, and all the goals Fenwick scored were well earned. So I think we're going to have a real exciting game coming up on Saturday.
Who do you pick? Fenwick's the higher seed, but they've had to play 3 straight one-goal affairs.
They look tired.
Yeah,
they
do.
look tired, So I think that it's going to take a lot for them to be able to come back and finish it. They came out real strong in the third period, but they weren't able to sustain it, and they started out slow. So there's a different sense of urgency to both teams on Saturday. Like you said, they had the chance to kind of relax a little bit tonight because they knew they had another game to fall back on.
Right.
That doesn't exist on Saturday. So
Yeah.
they need to lay it all out there, get it done, and then they'd still have a few days off, whoever wins, before that next series starts. So,
or does it frustrate the Friars knowing they tied up the score, but they couldn't finish it, and now they got to go back to their rink knowing they could be eliminated from the Kennedy Cup?
Yeah, I think it's definitely frustrating. When you blow a 3-1 lead, it can be rather when you have to come back like that, I should say.
And they almost had a chance to win the game. And then kind of a crazy play. Schlie got the pass 2-on-1, and Hensel finished it. That was it.
That was it, taking advantage of the opportunity. So it's going to be a great match. It's going to be a great game. I think both teams are going to come out ready to go. And hopefully we'll see the same kind of intensity we saw starting the third period throughout the whole game on Saturday.
You got to be great from the opening faceoff to the last faceoff. And for Bennett, look, that penalty kill was great to end the game. I'm going to give you credit for that, but try not to be in that spot next time for Game 3.
I think the discipline is so important, Kyle, like we talked about all game. You've got to be able to, not take the big penalties, especially in games as they magnify. And there's no, bigger game than what's coming up on Saturday. It's an elimination game. It's a win-or-go-home game. And you have to be disciplined. You can't take penalties. Like we were saying early on, 2 of the 3 first goals were all penalties. And so if you're going to take a penalty, there was a 66% chance you were getting scored on.
Yeah.
So you can't do that kind of stuff. You got to be disciplined. I know it's high school hockey, but you gotta start it here so that whenever you go up in levels, that's something the coaches look for. Is the player disciplined?
Yeah.
Is he gonna cost me something? And you gotta be disciplined about it.
Final thoughts about the game tonight. 4-3 win for Bennett. Game 3, do or die on Saturday or Sunday at Ridgeland Commons.
I really enjoyed it. I love the pace. I love the intensity. The crowd is here. It's a great atmosphere. A pleasure to do the game with you. It's a pleasure to have as many people viewing us as are viewing us. Can't say thanks enough for that. And takeaways were strong goaltending, but good offensive play by Fenwick and just real balance. Again, these teams finished 2-3 in the regular season. They were tied in shots in Game 1, 24-24. So there's a lot of parity and a lot of balance to these two teams. So I think Saturday is going to be a lot of fun.
So far, excellent crew. For Eric Ratchey, Andrew Diedrich, that's Jerry Baldwin, I'm Kyle Smith. We'll see you on Saturday for the Blackhawk Cup first round between Highland Park and the Benet Academy Red Wings.